Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Claire. This channel is about empowering you on your twin flame journey, your inner divine feminine, your inner divine masculine, and whatever's going on your twin flame journey or your just journey of life, whatever you call it, your shamanic journey, because I'm going to use the shamanic cards. Now, for some reason, this is the third time I've tried to film this, right? Because, like, I'm a bit half asleep if I'm honest, right? And it was like, so that, but everything, because everything I do is channeling, right? When I'm saying I'm half asleep, I bet you that's going to have something to do with somebody that's like being spiritually asleep, waking up. So this is either going to be about a divine masculine, more than likely, or for a divine masculine. I mean, it could be both, of course, but you know what I mean? It could be about a divine masculine for a divine feminine, so you know what's going on, if it's even yours. Or it's about a divine masculine for a divine, it's both, whatever. But yeah, so it must be third time lucky. And then they're pulling me to this, which always reminds me of twin flames, like the innocent kind of inner child part of it. Right, so but I'm going to crack on with this because you'll be watching this around Monday night my time, and I'm on anti-clue duty, so that's why I need to get this done. But yeah, I'm feeling like a bit of a genius because I'm going to use the mini deck so it'll fit in the shot. So I thought it was quite funny. Because you know these cards are particularly massive, like the original OG ones. So it's quite good that like there's one of them. And then remember my best pal's dog chewed up one of them the last time she was helping me. It was quite funny. Um, so actually, it doesn't even that doesn't look that big on the shot, but look, that's one of them. So the hunt, by the way, actually, yeah, they're answering us. This is about a divine masculine that's in that, well, divine masculine hunter energy. But look, there's very interesting like that. So that's the mini one, so it should fit in the shot. That's about whatever path you take. It's going to lead you right where you're meant to be. So yeah, I wasn't meaning to, but the example's always part of it. I really do feel this is a divine masculine waking up to their past life, ancient energy, and being led home to themselves, which leads them to their twin flame. Lovely, right? So we'll put that down there. Right, so I'm just going to get into it. So everything I do is clearing healing energy, meaning that I'm always clearing heavier energy. When I burp or hiccup as well, that's when I'm clearing heavy energy. And I'm mentioning that because I always tend to do that on Scorpio moons, which it is right now. And also because we're in Cancer season. Oh yeah, and also because it's all the things I've been going on about all week. So today's the biggest day of the Mars conjunct Uranus. So that is like, yeah, just that can be surprising or expect unexpected. Things to do with action. Oh yeah, things to do with action. So that the Hunter card. So that actually fits with what I've just channeled because it's just God and the guy speaking through me. But Mars is also the planet of anger, aggression. So I definitely feel there could be surprising, shocking outbursts from karmic energies and stuff like that too. So yeah, really just take care again in the world in general, and then look what they just pulled my eyes down and I had to lean over to see what it said. Changes. So oh my god, that is what I was just saying. I love doing this. Now I just love the colours on that card. Whoa, shift away to new potential. Okay, so none of that's an accident. So it never is though when I'm doing it. What's this? What's it? Right, okay, I'm going to turn them over now because that's annoying that I'm being led to them. But shift away to new potential. So the 29th of October could be significant year with the numbers on the card. And what's your honest truth? Or the 20th of October, or the 20th and the 29th of July could be significant. The 10th of July could be significant there too, but that's actually just been, so maybe that's got something to do with the 10th of August because I always sort of go the next month. Right, so yeah, but big changes, but also the Venus and Leo opposite. I had to really think there. Yeah, the Venus and Leo opposite Pluto in Aquarius is also that's what I've felt all week. Like before it even really was like a bigger, like the strongest energy of it. Like I really felt it very strongly. So that's very intense, because Venus is to do love, money, what you value, and something else I'll say, but I can't think right now. And Pluto is transformation, it's death and rebirth, it's extreme. You know, these are extreme, extreme energies. So it's extreme stuff that is going on in the world, in your personal lives, and definitely within twin flame journeys as well. It's either extreme stuff happening to you on your own, or it's extreme stuff happening with you and your twin together. But there's going to be big changes going on. So let's get straight to this. But yeah, so I'm filming this now because I'm not going to be able to film anything else for the rest of the day. So what have we got here? I'm going to do the medicine wheel spread, right? So the first one is the card. So I don't know, because I've filmed this 3 times. This is for time 555 big changes. I don't know if I just said that spiel about. I said the clearing bit. Everything I do is channeling and healing energy, so I'm always sending that healing energy in after I'm clearing energy. Do that stronger on Scorpio moon, and yeah, I feel because of the Hunter card, it feels like this is for again 90% of what I do as well, as you see. So the card in the south represents that which you need to let go of, that which needs to be shed. It's an old wound that you no longer need to define yourself by. Now the thing about this spread is all the questions sound the same, but we'll go with it. So the card in the south goes here. So shuffling on camera, what have you got? What have we got for what needs to be shed? Oh, there it is. Oh, absolutely. The lower world. I wonder if I could zoom out a wee bit there. Yes, the lower world needs to be shed. That's spot on. The heal yourself book's coming in the shot there. That's annoying. Those cards would be right. And the card in the west represents a part of you that needs to die. It is, by the way, this is what I would again, I cannot stress enough. Scorpio is my favourite sign. I've got a Scorpio rising conjunct Pluto. I've got a lot of Scorpio in my chart. It's what allows me to do what I do. But like, and be good at it, basically. Because, and there you go, that's the Venus and Leo part. But I mean, it's true, like, you know, I am good at it because I've got all that detective energy. But yeah, the shadow side, you know, the unhealed shadow side of Scorpio energy can be particularly dark. And like, that's what I always say, like on Scorpio moons is when the most fuckery gets done, basically. So I feel but I feel this is about divine masculine energies, all the ones that resonate with this, whether you're male or female, like letting go of the distortion. So whether that, like I said, most of the messages I tend to channel, again, it makes sense when it's like, when I'm a female and my divine masculine's a male, it's going to always come through that way. But just bear in mind the genders can be different. And also, like I've said, for like when you're a female, the journey tends to be a bit different too, because a lot of my clients, majority of them are divine masculine and like, you know, female. But I have helped males as well. So, and recently, you know, very proud of all of us. But this can even be this can be the obvious one when it's like you're letting go of Jezebel. Because actually, can I just say, you know, when I've said that before, that I pick up an energy that's so far in the future but actually that wasn't that far in the future. But the one I done last Monday, where I titled it "Goodbye Jezebel," I just literally just saw somebody's titled their video today, and again, I'm half asleep. It was just when I had a wee scroll. Somebody had like titled their video something really similar. So do you know what I mean? Like, that's what I mean about, like, I can pick up on energy definitely the week before, 2 weeks before, to do it. But sometimes, like, when it's a collective of people putting out the same message, I've often put the message out like a month and 2 months and 3 months before. So, but that's definitely, I think, with the fact that my eyes got pulled to it, that's definitely in there, and that makes sense with the astrology I just described. It could be shocking, dramatic changes. That I might use the divine masculine cards if I get guided here to add more depth to what's going on here. But this could be like letting go of an addiction. It could be letting go of a bad habit. It could be like getting back on track with healthful eating or something, because that card's still there. That's definitely me as of today. Like I ate junk food yesterday to get out of my system, and I just don't even think I'm really going to miss it because I like didn't have uh, a lot of sugar. I was trying not to have any, or like you know, not a lot of it, but I ended up not really having it most of the time, and I don't miss it now. So anyway, but just so somebody else might need to hear that, you know, you need to go cold turkey. Yeah, see what I mean? I'm talking about sugar, but it might be harder stuff for some of you. Like now I'm no bothered about it kind of thing. Like actually, to be honest, like yeah, harder things, but that can also be with people. Like you know, you think you can't live with somebody, and it's because it's an addiction, it's a codependent relationship. But actually, when you go cold turkey and you set boundaries, you spend time away from them, yes, it can be very hard at first, but then you start to realise I'm a better person when I'm not around this person. Because that's what, you know what I mean? It can make you very toxic. So somebody needed to hear that. And then, you know, depending on who it is in your life, you can introduce them slowly back in, like say if it was family or something, because it can be hard. But I mean, like I say all the time, I work with people all the time where they sadly do have to cut off their family, which always has to be your decision because it's so uh, challenging, and I mean it's very complicated. Now I've just been guided to those wee matches. I've got the ship in it, but I feel the galactic ships like the Palladians and the light beings are helping these twin flames come together. So oh my god, look what just, I'll put it back, but look what just came out when I said that. The beloved. The council, yeah, look, that's the council of light helping the beloveds come together. Look, you don't need to sacrifice your happiness anymore. And the mystical shaman. Now, if you saw, like that could even be like they're saying, like, look, that's me helping, because that card always jumps out for me. Like, you know, like when I'm shuffling on my own, like, it's ridiculous. Every time I pick up a deck that's got a shaman thing in it, when I ask about myself, I pick up a it's just funny. But yeah, that could be me helping people to realise you don't need to sacrifice your happiness for a minute. Sorry about that, guys. It was the neighbour. They delivered. Oh, that's gonna have something to do with it, isn't it? They delivered the wrong package to the wrong door. Definitely gonna have something to do with this journey, isn't it? That's definitely when someone gets mixed up with who's who or something like that. But yeah, that can be me helping people, being like, you don't need to sacrifice your happiness anymore. It's the council of light are coming in to help you be with your beloved. 5th of November could be significant too. 38 could be significant, 44, right, and these dates can be significant for any reason. Could be good things, bad things, could be particularly not nice things actually with me, about just talking about the lower world. Right, so, and that is bonfire night. It's also Scorpio season, so that could be significant because there was a life. Look, there's the that's the card that my pal's dog chewed up from the big deck, so it just makes me laugh because there was a message in it that day. Right, so the card in the West represents a part of you that needs to die. It is an old story that needs to be let go of so that you may find a new meaningful story for your life. Oh, and the thing is, the parcel that was delivered to the wrong door was actually tea lights. So we have light. Do you know what I mean? So I feel if you've been feeling in the dark or possibly a dark place, maybe even a dark night of soul, I feel you're about to get hit with a whole load of light because it's a lot of tea lights, right? Because I go through them like big time. So actually, do you know what? That's something that I should add to. That's what I should add to my Amazon list because I do go through the. I just realised that. Like I said, no, like I get a lot of shit. Like, you know what I mean? If I was a Leo rising, I'd be getting stuff sent all the time, but I need to buy my own shit. Scorpio risings seems to be something about that. And it's quite funny because sometimes you're like, oh, it's bad luck to buy your own cards. Well, fucking hell, that must explain my bad luck then. That's not bad luck. And by the way, it's not bad luck to buy your own cards. I don't believe in superstitions like that. It's just bad luck because it's bad for your bank balance, you know what I mean? But it's... Right, the card in the west is, oh, interesting, the arrow. Now, it's kind of in its side, isn't it? But, so we'll put that there. So that's kind of like an X marks the spot thing. Right, we'll take the sage out. So, Spirit wants to come in the shot. Oh, Spirit wants to come in the shot. Now that's interesting because again, if you have followed me in my journey, it's not like I'm never going to say, "Oh, Spirit," but let's face it. Like I would say, 9 times out of 10, if not 10 times out of 10, I'm always saying, "Well, God is speaking through me," or God, or you know what I mean. It was just a natural progression. You know, that's the only way I can describe it. But before that, I would always say, "Oh, spirits tell me this, spirits tell me that." So, but I mean, really, it doesn't matter. It's just say it's, or it's like in shamanic circles, it's very common to say "great spirit." You know what I mean? So, you've just got, you just got to go with what resonates for you. But I think the way I said that, spirit wants to come in the shot. It's like spirit's coming in and helping this masculine out the lower world. So maybe somebody was stuck in the lower world, like repeating unhelpful, toxic patterns, addictions, codependent connections. I think spirits had to come in the picture in the galactic team of light to help this masculine. And then that card jumped out for the next one, the circle in reverse. So I felt something in my crown chakra when I was saying that. The card in the north represents the wisdom that you need to acquire. You've learned the lessons from the south and the west. Now, the circle in reverse, I've just realised that's probably going to be shit coming in yet again about a karmic circle, like a karmic circle of friends. Might you get that deck? This is Karmic Friends. That came out, the other day. But something like that, because it's in reverse. Or just anyone around somebody that it's you've learned the lessons. What wisdom is ready to mature within you? What is your great medicine? What are you ready to embrace? What's deeply buried treasures you have become available to you, right? And especially because I was talking about codependency, so I think codependency is definitely going to be a strong theme of this. What card in the east represents your possible destiny, the way you'll share your treasures and gifts with others? Now, if the beloved pops out again, that would be pretty cool, but we'll just see. What is the card in the east? The one that is the possible destiny, the way this person will share their gifts with others. Taming the Wind. Yeah, so again, I'm going to read them all from the book, but what I'm getting from that intuitively is I do feel if this resonates with you, and again, the age 55 or 90, 55 or something could be significant here. I do feel, and then there's 58 as well, Tree of Life. I really do feel that if you are this person, you've had to, you've had to tame something. You've had to tame something within you, like your shadow side. That's what it is. Now, I'm seeing lots of dates here as well, so I can see. Wait a minute. Yeah, 31st of August, 31st of March, the 3rd of August, the 8th of March, and whatever else you can make up, because we can't use 55 in that. 55, 50, right, okay. So, right, okay, so let's read these now. So, the card in the south, and that's number 31. Oh, I can hear a baby crying outside, right, or a young kid. So that always speaks to me of like somebody's wounded inner child, and especially because of the bit we're at on this. So, right. So and I also have to remind myself. So I've got my card. So the card in the south, which the card in the south, that means something though. I can't get the words out. So if you are this person, you could find it quite hard to get your words out about how you're feeling right now or about a situation. The card in the south represents that which you need to let go of, what needs to be shed. It is an old wound that no longer need to define yourself by. And I definitely feel this is absolutely about if you were coming from your dark side or a shadow side, unhealed shadow side, because we've all got a shadow side, right? But when you're coming from it and you've not healed it, if you want a good description of that, which is going to make more sense to you if you watch Love Island, but like, wrote stuff in the comments that I actually added to it too because they woke me up. So it was like important because they woke me up talking about it, and I added more to it. But it was just generally about, because it's going to have, even if you don't watch Love Island, I'll explain what I mean. It's just what I'm watching on, on the show is that or program, whatever. I don't know why I said. See, that's when I'm tapping into American people. I wouldn't call it a show, but anyway, it's like people's dark side being so obviously dark, manipulative, right? And like I said, that, you know, like when I described about Scorpio moon yesterday, like I know that that guy actually has Scorpio moon, but the thing is, the moon is very hidden. You know, your moon sign is very hidden unless you're with people that know you very well. But because the cameras are following them 24/7, you know, he's unable to hide that. Like, you know, it's obvious for all to see that, like, he's just definitely coming from an unhealed masculine state, of, well, basically, yeah, just not treating the women very nice. But the thing that's, like, you know, like I said, is that although I don't agree with how he's treating, because again, although he's been nice to the one he's with right now, like I'm kind of like, I wouldn't be entirely surprised if there's some kind of big blowout and he goes back to that one he's actually not been very nice to. So again, that what I'm describing right now is very karmic behaviour, codependent, kind of like, I wouldn't call that's not codependent because they're, but anyway, but it's, you know what I mean, it's hot and cold behaviour, and that's what I'm seeing there. It's like he's getting, because it's like when they were doing a challenge, it's like he's getting angry when she's not admitting to still liking him, but it's like he's at the same time not really seeming to care about hurting the one he's actually with feelings, who's really quite nice and quite sweet. And it's kind of like, it's weird watching it. So it will be weird to see how that turns out. But it's like, you know, I'm like, God, does he not realise he's not coming across very well there? But it's because he's like operating from his dark side. I don't think he's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure he's going to get a bit of backlash for that. He probably is actually already on social media, but it's pretty obvious to see. But like I said, that other guy, none of them are really that innocent, because like that really riled me the other week when, so this girl that so basically he's been with, this girl came in as a bombshell, right, to break him and this other girl up, which it worked successfully. And then while they were together for about 5 minutes, they were quite nasty because they were actually like laughing and being quite insensitive to the one he'd just pushed aside, discarded, right? But then that's how karma could slap you in the face. 5 minutes later, he then discarded her for the other new bombshell. So it's like, I mean, it sounds horrendous, but that's literally what happened. But his point is, you still like me, and you're making out you don't, and you're cozying up to my new bird. And I do think I think he's quite right. Like, I think he is right, but the way he's going about it is a bit nasty. But the reason why I say that is because when that girl came back, there was two guys she was trying to choose from, right? And she definitely liked the other guy better, and it confused me because she brought like someone else back, but I thought, oh my god, she's brought the guy back that looks like the biggest threat, because he was like really big and muscly. He wasn't my type, to be honest, but you know what I mean, he was like big and muscly, and he was called Blade, you know what I mean? And I was like, oh, and you could see though, as soon as she's done it, when it didn't like annoy Joey, she just was like, right, I'm done with him. And she literally dumped the guy, her and her pal, because they know each other on the outside, and that's questionable too, because she came in as a bombshell for, basically the two of them had been a bombshell for the same guy. So I don't know how much of a pal that actually is when they've both had a go. But anyway, that's, oh my god, the way I said that was hilarious. But do you know what I'm saying? It's like, it seems like the kind of pals that shit on you in a minute shit. So this might have something to do, like whether it's male or female, but this might have something to do with this. And actually, I've noticed she's gone. So I've totally missed the part where she was kicked out. I mustn't have been paying attention. But again, that's karma for that one too, because she purposely picked a guy that's really nice, and he hasn't been getting, basically he hasn't had any luck with anyone, and it's because I don't know what that bloke's doing on Love Island. He seems like a really lovely, genuine, nice guy. I mean, a lot of them have got nice, they're all nice, right, but they have all got a bit of a dark side too, that's it, right? They're all young, but this guy's particularly nice. It's like he's taking a wrong turn. He should have been on best friend island, let's all fucking be nice to each other. I don't know. But anyway, that bird pretend to like him, you know, kissed and cuddled him a bit to get in the main villa. As soon as she was in the main villa, she was like, right, dumping time. And then she managed to convince him that it was his idea at the end. And I was like, oh my god. So basically what I'm saying is, right, because you might be like, Claire, I don't watch this, I'm in another country, or I don't watch it, it's a load of shit, why are you watching it? I'll be like, I watch it because I've got a Sag moon, and that's what I like to do in my secret squirrel time, except it's no secret because I'm telling you. And I'm like, and what? I can watch what I want, right? I just don't watch it live because I don't want my brain to be fried by the programming. But the thing is what is the thing? Give me a back. Yeah, the thing is, it's quite toxic. Well, very toxic behaviour. And oh yeah, so what I'm giving you examples of is the way that Joey is acting, just like, discarded women like it's a new toy is toxic, right? But I'm sure we've all seen it out there with men, and we've all seen it out there with women. And the way those two women dumped those guys, although it was like, you could see it coming a mile off, or I could anyway, it was brutal. That is toxic as well. And so that's, it's just an example of like women can be equally as toxic as men. And I know we all know this, but that's what they're getting me to describe. So then that's why you've got then some men that don't trust women, you've got women that don't trust men, and it's all just meant to put people against one another. And it's very sad, isn't it? So well, you can tell it's a Scorpio moon because it's got a bit depressing, and especially because my hand's still like on the lower world card. So anyway, I better hurry up though because my nieces are coming down, so that's why I needed to do this before. So remember, this is what needs to be let go of, what needs to be shed, what you no longer want to define yourself by. So this could even be like for a masculine energy that you've operated in this energy before where it was pretty toxic. Now, whether it was that toxic or not, that could be your secret, but this is what I'm picking up on. The lower world holds the hidden treasures of humanity as a dark place of rich and fruitful darkness where we can find the disowned parts of ourselves and the abandoned aspects of our psyches. Because again, if we want to dissect this again, what I would say about the guy on Love Island is I know that, for instance, like his mum tragically died when he was very young. So because I've watched him on the telly for like however long he was on that show, like 10 years or something, but then he basically never left TV, do you know what I mean? So it's like, it's interesting that you've watched him kind of grow up. It's like I saw him go from not talking about it at all to then he said, I think he only started sort of dealing with the grief and talking about his mum when he was about 30. And so that's only 3 years ago for him. So there's definitely going to be something about abandonment issues and needing to leave somebody before he's left. So Jimmy, it's actually quite sad. So, like that's why when somebody comes from a dark place or the unhealed shadow side, there usually is really quite a sad story behind it, and like kind of hurt people, but you've also got to watch with that, because hurt people, but if you don't take personal response, oh my god, this is interesting because I didn't check the moon, but I'm pretty sure the moon is literally conjunct my Saturn right now, so this is right on point for this message. But if you don't take personal responsibility to heal the wounds that you have that you didn't deserve, then you will bleed all over the next person or other people, or you'll blame every fucker else for what happened to you. Do you know what I mean? So it's about acknowledging what happened to you isn't right. So in this case, what happened to him isn't right. It's an injustice. It's not fair. Like he's a young boy and his mum dies and he's alone. But it's like, I've just realised they've just given me that film again that I watched the other night. I spoke about in the last video, the girlfriends of Ghosts of Girlfriends Past. Like in that film, his parents die in a car crash. Again, totally unfair. That you're robbed of a parent that young when you're still trying to find yourself. But equally, I've worked with people where it's not that a parent's died or anything, it's just that a parent was absent, like maybe they worked a lot or maybe they didn't work a lot but they just neglected, there's all these different sorts of, and then you can go even deeper with that and it gets really complicated where actually people done their best but you were still missed because nobody's perfect, you know what I mean? So it's really loaded and it can go on and on and on. So it's not about vilifying people. That's what I think this is about. It's not about vilifying. Like, I'm hoping that when I'm sharing what I'm viewing about the people in Love Island, that by the end of it, they're going to be able to see the behaviour that was not really that good and sort of turn it around. But just now, it's not great. Like, he's treating people no nice and then he's wriggling out. Like, he's not apologising, which is a huge, like I said, that is a huge red flag when someone is not doing that deeper work. Not saying that any of them are like, I mean, some of them might be interested in, I doubt it though. Because the minute anyone starts getting a bit too deep, they're like, oh, don't deep it. Even that's toxic, isn't it? Like, don't deep it. How about we do deep it? Because in this society, that's the problem. People are living shallow lives, fucking kissing and shagging whoever, and then wondering why their lives are wrecked. Because you got involved with a Jezebel, because you got involved with like a toxic guy. Do you know what I'm saying? Anyway, sorry. Again, sorry, not sorry. That's what I'm here to help people with. And actually, this message can go further afield. This is for anybody, not just twin flames. So, the lower world is a place of our ancestors where we discover the gifts and the lessons of the past in the realm of the collective unconscious. Here we can meet our demons and transform them into pure energy, our source of personal power, which is how I always describe Scorpio energy. So I love that this is a Scorpio moon, but obviously this is why I've chosen the spread. Scorpio energy is about, let's look at this darkness. Let's shed light on the dark and let's transmute that into light, into something good. And that's what I'm saying. I hope that when I'm describing the toxicity that I've watched on Love Island, that there's going to be good that comes out of this. That there's going to be actual love, or at least a nice relationship for a little while until they break up because, they got what they wanted. I don't know. Fame and fortune on that. And again, it's interesting that they made that. I mean, that's been in the shot for the last few videos, but for a while I'd sort of put it elsewhere, but that's important. A certain darkness as you see the stars. It's time to unearth your hidden treasures. Do not make yourself small in order for others to like or accept you. So I feel, in the past you have done that. You've dimmed your light. And again, although I said this feels like for a divine masculine, this can make sense for divine feminines too. And especially if you're like, oh, this feels like it might be my divine masculine, but I went through that. So just, and it can make sense to many different people. And then when they're making me do things like this, again, I feel they're saying, I'm getting total deja vu. I'm doing this. Like, I'm getting total deja vu. So interesting. Yeah, I feel that this dark place has made this masculine realise that they're in love. So, I feel like I want to do that. Right. Yeah, I feel you might have dimmed your light, right, to fit around this toxic circle. But now you're like, I don't want to do that. I want to just shoot for what I want. I want to ground us in the physical. Bring out the gems and precious stones you've kept inside your heart, hidden even from yourself. It's time to honour your past and recast your life as a heroic quest. And that's so important because this question was about what you're ready to let go of the past. And I'm just reading the lower world. So as you journey into the lower world, you'll be offered all the gifts of your ancestors, their struggles, the way they hurt, the way they lived, and the way they all died will become blessings. And that is very on point because Cancer season is about the ancestors, family. So this is about letting go of family curses as well. Right, so in the south we have the arrow. Better hurry up because they are meant to be coming like 5 minutes, but I don't think they'll be on time. Right, so again, they're meant to be coming in 5 minutes. Again, this could be like sensing that someone's coming your way or something with me saying that. Especially because it's literally about to turn 33 minutes. Jesus. So somebody could be coming your way after the come to Jesus moment. Let's quickly cut this deck when I said that. Fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. Luke 23:32. Yeah, and I'm taking that to mean like, you don't need to sacrifice your happiness anymore. Peace be unto you, as my Father have sent me. John 20:21. So, right, okay. 2021 might be significant there. Like that could be when someone was going through a huge transformation as well, but I mean, some people you weren't through it, so just whatever. What am I? Right, so it's upright. So this is the the card that represents the part of you that needs to die. It's an old story that needs to be let go of, so you may find a new meaningful story for your life, right? So keep that in mind. But again, it seems the same as the question before. Receiving the symbol reminds you that you're in alignment with your heart and soul, you're on target, and you'll soon be hitting your mark. Yeah, this is definitely about a hunter, divine masculine, coming in for their prey, divine feminine, in a good way. Be not in the way that I've just described with Joey Essex. Be true to your calling, release attachments, and free yourself from the bondage of unbridled ambition. Now's a revealed to be moment of contact in which your intention meets your material world. The arrow also symbolises the need to set your creativity free. So somebody's felt trapped, I think, in a toxic group. That's what I'm feeling. It's either a toxic group of friends, a toxic work environment, or a toxic family. But bear in mind, if somebody's actually in somewhere that's like toxic, because that's the word they keep getting me to use, could have been surrounded by all of it, a bit of all of it. When the arrow zings through the air, it is inviting you to pay attention, and signifying that you're about to make your mark in some aspects of your life. It illuminates the moment of contact. You know that your desires and intentions have travelled in the wind and landed in the perfect place for your highest good. Oh my God, taming the wind. That's quite interesting. Trust that your job is to be relaxed, yet focused, keeping your eye on the prize, yet releasing your intention with full expectation. So this is expectations. This is about a masculine that's done their time. They've done their time, purging the darkness. And now, you know, to heal again, I must stress, to heal your shadow. So you've got a healed shadow. So you're still going to have that part of you that isn't going to act like, you know, I want to say the goody two shoes part, or, you know, however you want to word it, right? But it's not going to be as toxic as what previously would have been, like with things that wouldn't serve you. So don't worry about the how or the exact form. This is not a time to interfere with the manner in which the arrow flies. It will make its mark and you will have cause to celebrate. Now that's interesting, because I wondered, they kept pulling my eyes to this when I started. I didn't pick it up. Look, this is definitely, what the fuck's that? There's something stuck to it. Celebration. Get ready to let your hair down. Celebrate. It's time to go out, dance and play. An invitation could be on the way. Oh, so yeah, I definitely feel this is about a masculine coming towards a feminine for a celebration. After going through a dark time, they've got their eye on the prize. And also, when I said the thing about zing, it reminds me about that film I've channeled about loads. It's just this wee film I found like a couple of years ago, and I've watched it a few times now. And it's where a granny describes having that zing with the person that she married, and that she's recognising it in the woman she's talking to, and the guy that she likes. And again, just I'm not going into the big story because it's, but do you know what I mean? But the point is, she was describing that she had a zing with the guy that she likes, which actually wasn't the one she was with. So there could be something here about that other people, maybe as specific as a granny or a mum or a dad or sister or whoever, or a best friend, is like, you've not got that spark with such and such that you've got with such and such. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't fake chemistry, that kind of vibe. But again, a lot of men in particular confuse, well, women could do it too, I suppose, but men is what I've witnessed mostly, confuse true, genuine chemistry and sexual chemistry, that's just, if you've got it, that zing. They can often confuse it with lust, right? So therefore, they will settle down, even marry somebody that's not there, right? Because it's in the programming. But actually, it's like, again, you've just sacrificed your happiness when you could have actually had that zing and that happiness with somebody you had that with and been happier. You know, again, it's like when I've given these stories before about when I've given unofficial counsellor chats and clubs and that, when guys are trying to chat me up, and I'm like, why are you doing that? Do you know what I mean? Like, why did you just settle down with somebody you actually want to be with? You wouldn't be standing in clubs chatting up other women. Do you know what I mean? Right, so and again, that's happened with a few folk over the years, right? So that's just saying it's like it's an overall thing that I've noticed. It doesn't happen now because I never fucking go out, and it probably wouldn't happen now anyway. But the last time I did go out to the festival last year, I was horrified by it, feeling like, I mean, Back to the Future is my favourite film, but it felt like in a bad way. It felt like, what the fuck? There was just tellies everywhere on all of the walls in one of the places I went to. I mean, it is a sports bar, but I was like, this feels like really creepy, artificial AI kind of shit. And yeah, and it was just younger guys trying to chat me up, and I'm like, look, I'm honestly old enough to be your mum. Like, just let me dance with my pal. Do you know what I'm saying? Or like maybe even old enough to be a granny at this point. Fuck knows. Hilarious, right? So your card in the north represents the wisdom that you need to acquire. You've learned the lessons from the south and the west. What wisdom is ready to mature within you? What is your great medicine that you're ready to embrace? What is deeply buried treasures that became available to you? And it's the circle in reverse. But so I've said, it feels like that as a toxic group, that toxic situation that somebody has realised is toxic. So, you know, you didn't before, you do now, and I think we've all going to have been there in some walk of life. When the circle appears, wait a minute, no, I'm going to read it in verse. When the circle comes as your medicine, you're meant to come to an understanding of importance, decay, of letting go, wow, of the importance of dying to an old form and being reborn anew. So again, the dark night of soul. If you're faced with a challenge or loss or disappointment, remember this: in the circle of life, nothing is ever wasted. But I do feel the challenge or disappointment is realising that who you thought you could trust, that you can't. Now, there could have been a big betrayal. If I've got time, I'll add more to this, like with different cards. Love will seek itself again, and then remember I put that there. Prosperity will come from a new idea or opportunity. Spirit always waits for you to find your place to dance again. Oh my God, to find your place to dance again. And where have I put that? And then that's talking about, wait a minute, it's time to go out and dance and play. And then I was telling a story about dancing when I never do that. Oh, so maybe like this is specific that you are going to go out dancing or something. You're going to go to the dance. Like, fuck, now I really sounded my age. And that's hilarious because it reached 40 minutes. But maybe you are going to go out and dance or something like that. Like, that's interesting. So, 55, what have we got for the last one? And let's see. So, the card in the north represents the wisdom you need to acquire. You've learned the lessons. Oh, wait a minute, I'm reading the same one again. The card in the east, oh my God, I'm reading the same one again. That's definitely when somebody's repeated a karmic lesson, a karmic cycle, a karmic pattern, like a codependent thing. The card in the east represents your possible destiny, the way that you'll share your treasures and gifts with others. So, here the feather, the symbol that is used for clearing ceremonies for smudging, reminds you of the sacred commitment you make to your life. This is a symbol of consciously bringing the spiritual into material, and that's what I said actually when I pulled the tree of life. This union's been grounded in to the physical for a celebration. And masculines went through the darkness. By the time they get to this point, which some of you might be at this point, your masculine might be at this point, or they might not have reached it yet, so just bear in mind. This person's went through the darkness, had a come to Jesus moment. They've had their eyes on the prize, which is you if you're the feminine. They've let go of toxic patterns, people, circles, groups, whatever. Their past self that wasn't serving them in this situation. Again, that's why it is really clever they've given me Love Island. So, hopefully I've described that enough if you're not watching it. But you get the gist, you know what I mean? And so now it's about this person. Yeah, this person's tamed their dark side. That's what I might call this. Like, this divine masculine has tamed their shadow or tamed their dark side. And now they're ready to ground this celebration in the physical. Like, they're basically, this is somebody that's proud of the work and the growth in themselves. So, yes, we're proud of you. It's spiritual and material, infusing the world with reverence and acknowledgement of a higher planes of existence that influence and animate all of life. The feathers are a symbolic reminder of deliberately entering into a partnership with the Great Spirit to co-create for the highest good of all. But I think this is entering into a partnership with Great Spirit in your twin flame. It's time to clear your energy, be present, and become conscious of how you communicate. Now remember, that is because it's like what I always say. Twin flames, it's a divine union orchestrated by the divine. It is orchestrated by God. So I think that's what some people really forget on this journey. It's not some cute kind of, oh, this is my soulmate, this is my twin flame, and it's like, oh, next week, no, actually, that wasn't my twin flame, my soulmate, that person over there is, like on Love Island. Like, this is real. It's a divine union. It's why, I personally, you can decide for yourself, completely strongly resonate with Kingdom Spouse as well. It's like, particularly with some of the experiences I had, like I remember the feeling I had when I was shown, like, I was about to say in a vision, but I mean, he was there. Like, it was in a moment with my twin flame where I was like, oh my God, like, I know who you are. Like, do you know what I mean? And it was quite a shocking, very hard moment to describe, which basically it was like that though. I could go deeper into that, but I'm saving that for when I write a book, guys. I've told some people's story in person though, like, you know what I mean, one-to-one. So I can't speak. So again, I think this person's going to be lost for words because I can't get the words out here. This is a good time to write in a journal. Oh my God, as I just said, writing a book. And put your thoughts in a cohesive form. Perhaps you need to actually do a smudging ceremony in your home or office, creating a sacred space to write about your dreams and desires. I would do that on a Scorpio moon anyway. If you've got sage, I would clear the energy just because of the darker energies at force. Just remember that when Taming the Wind appears as a symbol, it's time to honour the Great Spirit with reverence and respect. Yeah, this masculine's ready to honour this union. Like, look, they've sacrificed enough, because I just opened the book up at that and that came out at the start. Yeah, look, they've been spiralling out of control at points in their life. They've went through the sweat lodge. Like, again, that's where you're clearing energy as well. To clear the toxic energies that they've been around, the toxic circle. So again, the circle, like this, in somebody's circle could have been a romantic interest to your situationships or serious relationship, but that's what I'm getting from this. So the tree of life is a sacred symbol through the Americas. Its deep roots reach into the lower world. That's interesting when that's there. The unconscious, while the branches reach to the heavens, source of destiny. To be whole in your life's journey, it's important to have deep roots and high branches. A tall tree with shallow roots falls in the first wind. And look when I was saying about shallow, because again, it's just God speaking through me. In the shallow, shallow. And if I don't get time when the buzzer goes, look, communication's coming. I need to talk to you and feel you close. I want to reach out to you. Please be open to receiving communication. So yeah, but but a tree with deep roots can weather any storm. Now that's interesting because the storm card was in the thumbnail of the last video, and the other thing I realised, I don't want to go too deep into this, but remember all the chat with a certain person of the world when, I think it was around 2020, when, you know, all the craziness happened in the world. The term "the storm is coming" kept being used a lot around that person. So I found it kind of interesting with the current events that happened, and the card that came out was the storm. And I've been pulling out cards about the storm for the past few weeks, months, you know, really over the years, but I'm just noticing a theme here. Like there's cards coming out mentioning the storm. There's crazy things happening in the world. And I also remember that person kept going, "It's happening," because I kept saying that. I'm like, where did I get that from? I feel that's what I want to say. The storm, it's happening. I might even title this too. Especially because it's on page 144. Oh my god, wow, that's pretty nuts. So yeah, we're in a storm. Lots of crazy shit is happening. The old earth is dying, the new earth is being reborn, and a lot of ugly stuff is happening in the world. So you need to get grounded, and these unions need to come in, because these unions are going to put out a lot of good healing energy in the world. So why do you think they try to stop them? So when the masculine overcomes their unhealed shadow side, they realise, oh my god, yeah, wow, I get it now too. I can create a lot of goodness in this life. Greatness, I heard actually, when I overcome this. To find health and balance in your life, reflect on how you dance. There's dance again, with your actions, your thoughts, and your feelings. If you're too much in your thinking head or in a world of fantasies and daydreaming where the masculine stays stuck for a long time, connect more with your roots and physical body. If you're caught in a mechanical doing and you're feeling stuck and not able to imagine a better life for yourself, also what the masculine does at some points, open yourself to be inspired by the heavens. Let your roots and branches be aligned with your heart's longings. Again, that's what the feminine does for the masculine. Boom, drop the mic. And that's why it's on page 144. Love it. Right, could we get... Like, now this won't be for everyone, but I'm being guided to pick these up. Could we get a wee message from one of the masculines that strongly can resonate with all of this that just come out? So it's a wee bit different for Mediumship Monday, but like I said, because I'm looking after my nieces, I'm not going to have time to film another one, so at least you've got something. So, and I'll probably premiere this for you. So yeah, I might actually premiere this, and then I can watch this when they're sleeping. So, and chat to you, because I like being able to chat to you in the chat. It's funny, that's the bit I don't get to do when I'm obviously being the performing monkey giving the messages. So what does this masculine want to say? That one again. This one came out, the last one in the first card. I sabotaged their connection because it was too intense. Okay, so this person now realises that, because they've done the shadow work. They realise that they sabotaged it, and they wonder if they can have it back. Oh my god, that reminds me of the bit at the end of He's Just Not That Into You, when the guy comes back. It's not the main one either, but that's probably one of my favourite bits in that film. Like, well, after, you know, the main characters, but it's like the friend's been heartbroken, and the guy comes back to the door and is like, you know, that smell of my pillow is gone, and, you know, well, I was wondering if I could have it back. And she kids on for a minute, and she's like, well, I'm not sure that you can have that back. And then, like, when he's walking away looking sad, she's like, but I'm willing to try, you know, or something like that. And it's cute. So there might be a bit of something like this, like somebody is coming back with their tail between their legs, basically, and, you know, yeah. What have we got? Wow. I underestimated how important you are in my life. Yeah, this person was like totally hoodwinked by the programming, but you're always on my mind. And now I just feel like I don't deserve you, because how could I not see what was right in front of me? But again, masculines, again, because this is how this person feels, it's not the truth, I always have to stress this. you couldn't see, because you couldn't see the worth of your feminine, because you couldn't see the worth of yourself when you're surrounded by toxicity. You were blinded by it. Now you've released the toxicity, and they made me pick up the, you know, and it could be, well, it's not could be, it will be past romantic things that haven't helped, whether recent or ages, or it could be more than one person. You don't feel trapped in your head anymore, right? You chose the wrong path, now you're choosing the right path. 8 of Swords, stuck in your head. And I'm sorry, wow. I wasn't there when you needed me to be. I wanted to be, but I was afraid of letting you down. Same cards that keep coming out lately. And I don't know how to handle my emotions right now. So, and then look what's behind it. I cry. I've shed tears over connection, and there's a watch card. I'm your secret admirer. I watch your social media, I search you online, and sometimes try to be where you are. That's a Scorpio moon card if ever I saw it, and I'm coming. I'm sorry for everything I said and did. I promise I'll make it right between us. I'm coming back. And then see how that fits with what I just said about it's happening. Communication is happening. That's like that. Now it's reminding me of in the holiday. Oh, you could be going on a holiday. Because in the holiday there's like a narrator bit that comes on. It's like, Amanda realised, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, look, I'm realising, I know I blocked our union, and I know I'm really blocking myself. Lovely, right? And then we'll give my cards a wee shuffle. What have we got for the masculine? Wait a minute. Yeah, I think that could be the thumbnail. Wait a minute, actually. Yeah. Feminine wants to say, you're more powerful than you think, and in a crowded place, I'm always wondering if you're near. Yeah, there's definitely something about like going, like you're either going to some kind of event, or you're, I don't know, a concert, or no, it can't be a concert. It feels like somebody watching this at some point. You're going dancing or something like that, going to a club, or you're going to a party, or some kind of celebration. Because in a crowded place, I'm always wondering if you're near. And then, you know, I was talking about being out at a festival. Oh, I don't know, there's something here, but that came out the other day too. And also, again, I said this in the other video, but I think this is what's happened to this masculine. When they do go out, they're always wondering, they're always thinking that you're always on their mind. I've always got your back, and I'm proud of you. I'm sending you signs, or you've seen them, and you can achieve anything you set your mind to. I think that really beautifully fits with the message. It's not your fault. Please don't blame yourself. This journey is designed for us both to grow, and there it is. You're more powerful than you realise. Know your worth. If something feels off, it usually is. Yeah. So that obviously fits with all of that too, especially because it's like, you know, well, they're all landed on the circle in reverse, but what's that? Oh God, yeah. So there's definitely something about, ancestors. Like, look, our spirit babies talk to me. I wonder if you see their signs too. So, because I was kind of like, it's really got nothing to do with this, but like it has, because your ancestors aren't just the ancestors of the past, it's the ancestors of the future too. So it feels like for those of you that are relevant, where there's children coming into the equation, because there will already be children in the equation for a lot of people watching this, but for others it's like where children are coming in, like they're guiding you together. People are so jealous around us. We have to protect the sacred union and have each other's backs. Yeah, it's a very Scorpio moon. You taught me how to love myself, and I know you're trying to love yourself. I'm proud of you too, because the thing is, while your divine masculine isn't acting in the best of energies, their higher self is teaching you how to love yourself, to not take that crap. You know what I mean? So if you are taking that crap and going back for more codependent energy, you're not listening. You know, you're not listening to the higher self of your masculine. I know it's complicated, but again, this is what I help people in personal sessions. Right, so what it's like, right, I won't go too deep with this, but I always do in a Scorpio, whenever I have felt like I've not been treated right by my masculine, that is the energy that comforts me, is ironically his soul. Do you know what I mean? So that's what's kind of interesting about, like, you know, and it's kind of like what I've wrote there, like, you know, it's why they say, like, you know, don't pay attention to the 3D and listen to it. But again, you don't really tend to hear me say that too much, right? Because that can be toxic too, right? And oh wow, I'm getting really deep into this, but like, you know, like I've said before, whenever I have definitely sought help and had, like, I'm not talking about general readings, I'm talking about personal things, right? I always take my own personal responsibility for what I choose to believe and take on and blah, blah, blah. And I've had loads of really interesting experiences, like, for instance, like, I won't go too deep into that, but there's one I've mentioned before that I got that felt like it was covered in black magic, and none of it made a lot of sense at the time. But as time unfolded and passed, it made a lot of sense. And so, but then equally there was other ones that were like almost like too good to be true, and my suspicious Scorpio side was like, like, I'm loving what you're saying, and it does resonate, and I want it to resonate, and it does resonate, but this is not where I feel like my person is at. Do you know what I mean? Like, I could just feel it. I didn't know that I could just like this, so I was wary and protecting myself, and then I let my guard down and let myself believe that my twin flame was like what was coming through, and it was nowhere near that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know that for a I know that for a fact. Do you know what I mean? So because I can feel it, and just, you know, it's so that's what I mean about, you know, you've got to take your own personal responsibility, because I don't blame any of these people that I've went to for help, but you know, some people can be so kind of like encouraging it that that's what you've got to take it on board. And that's why I always say, definitely in personal sessions, and when I've helped anyone on a deeper level, but even when I'm doing general readings, like, don't make this yours if it doesn't make sense, because you don't want to be like giving somebody more credit than what they deserve yet. You know what I mean? Like, you know, if you're basically, what I'm saying is, if you're acting like somebody's a pure saint already, but they're still like acting like a devil. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why I said saint and devil, but it's probably because that's how it can come in with. Actually, it's because it's Scorpio moon. Plutonian twin flames, it usually does come across like that, right? Somebody feels like they're the masculine can look at it like you're an angel of love, and like they're protecting you from their dark side, which really what that's about is, it's your own self-worth. It's being around toxic people that have made you feel like you don't deserve what it is you want, like that, you know what I mean? Because it's your own side. So that, yeah. So, God, that was a bit heavy to get into when I feel the buzzer's going to go. But that is really what it comes down to, is just, yeah, be sensible about it too. Do you know what I mean? Don't get, it's not carried away, but well, just let the proof be in the pudding, you know, like when you physically do come into a reunion, before a union, you know, when you're getting to know each other again, just let the proof be in the pudding, you know, rather than going by, oh, yeah, I had this reading and they said, oh, this shit's going to happen. Like, this person might still be a couple of years away from that. They could be more, you know what I mean? Or they could be 6 months away from this, or a year from it. So, do you know what I mean? Let things actually play out. Sacred Mother. See, look, that's me being very mother, and look, because it's the Cancer energy. Sacred Mother, the seeds of your creations are blossoming, time to birth the new with hope and enthusiasm. But in this case, I do feel when this person comes to you, the proof is going to be in the pudding. And that's why I'm saying that's why I believe I had these very unique, very painful, challenging experiences, actually, with what I'm describing, of knowing what I felt was the case, and then yeah, kind of like, you know, through getting support from others, being pulled into believing something was closer than what it actually was. But like I've said before, I believe that I believe, but it's like, I believe I was meant to be tricked to think union was closer than what it was, so that I could help the collective. So if you're a twin flame that went something through like that, then, you know, I've never heard anyone else say like that, but that's definitely what happened to me. And you know that I can't believe that. So when I was picking up the cards, what did I do? I just saw Door to Spirit in reverse again. So that would be like being tricked, right? Magician in the mirror, being tricked. And I also then picked up like broken heart, but that's when you're healing your broken heart. And then I also women with heart. I know what they're basically saying. Like, I had to be tricked to be able to be in a certain state, to be able to help people with more enthusiasm, and then work out how to heal myself after that, being like, fucking hell, I should have just listened to myself, I was right. You know what I mean? Basically what I'm saying is, I had a sense of where my twin flame was at, and it was spot fucking on. But any reading that I got at that point kept tapping in to what I do believe is true somewhere down the timeline, but he was nowhere near it. So that's why I shared that, and why I say it like I say it, because not enough people have not enough people take the person's responsibility, like, to actually say that to the people that they're helping, that you've got no idea when this is. Like, everything's timeless. Like, what was it? I heard somebody yesterday saying that, like, oh, everything I do, I'm guided to make everything I do timeless. No, you're not guided to make everything is timeless. Even if you're like, oh, this is next week's energy. Like, no, because they get a get out of jail free card when it's general, because then they can be like, oh, it was general. But what I have noticed from my personal experience and from channeling these messages is these really can happen at any time. So it's fucking annoying, like I say all the time. And it's more than annoying, it can be harmful if you take it too literally. So live your life. Live your fucking life. Love it. And when you do just live your life and you totally let go and you surrender, the irony is, that's when shit like that happens. That's when the person turns up or they get in touch and they'll be frantic and panicking because you've moved the fuck on. But we all know in the twin flame journey, you've not really moved on. Do you know what I mean? You just want to see the effort. So, heart magic. Create your world from your heart. It's your magic wand of the universe. That almost feels a little bit dirty, guys, and it is. I'm going to start saying Christina Aguilera. It is Scorpio moon, rainbow energy, and this is the frequency I hold. So you may resonate with being a rainbow warrior, rainbow frequency as well. The colours of the universe live within you, radiate their brilliance. Oh yeah, and then we'll end at that, alchemist. Can I put that in somewhere actually? I'll read it first. Once you understand the essence of everything is contained within everything, all things become possible. Yeah, I think I want to do that. So, I hope that meant something to you. It was quite intense. And then look what's on the back. Visionary. You have the capacity to envision what's possible. Crystal clear visions. There's the galactic soul energy I was talking about. As your energy vibration expands, you remember your galactic family, and that's the masculines remembering their galactic family and their twin flame union. In a world of duality sits truth, a place where the love dances again, in unity, union with its own shadow. Oh my god. Come on, that needs to go in the show. That's what I've been talking about the whole time. You cannot deceive your own heart. When you honour your truth and follow your happiness, that's where the masculines are at. Braveheart. I was mentioning Braveheart in the last video. In the deepness of your wounds, you summon truth, call forth your light, strength and forgiveness and guidance. And look, and there was me just saying that. Like, that wasn't throwing shade on anyone in particular. I was just sharing my experience that don't get swept up in the dream so much that you're not in touch with the reality, because it doesn't mean you're not going to get the dream at some point, but don't convince yourself someone is somewhere where they're just not yet. You know, it's sad, but again, it reminds you the after films that I was mentioned in Scorpio Moons. I mentioned it in the last video. They have to let each other go to then get each other back even better. Spirit guides and celestial beings work with you. Trust in the gift of guidance. Now, I did just want to put that. Let's do that. Oh no, but the whole point is a yin yang picture. This is when we're getting a bit too faffing about here, but maybe that's. I think the buzzer's going to go in a minute, but I think that's. I told you they'd be later. There might be here 25 minutes ago. I think this is like when a masculine's trying to sort everything out, and you just need to shoot your shot, the arrow. Shoot your shot. That's what I'm hearing. See you.